UK activists charged after defacing Darwin's grave in climate protest. Two individuals, identified as Alison Lee, 66, and Diane Bly, have been formally charged by the UK police for their involvement in a protest that led to the defacement of Charles Darwin's grave. The incident occurred during a climate activism event by the group Just Stop Oil, JSO, at Westminster Abbey, where Darwin has been laid to rest. On a seemingly ordinary Monday, the historic site was disrupted when Lee and Bly sprayed orange powder, a substance later described by the authorities as a type of powdered paint, over the grave of the famed 19th century biologist. The activists, part of the JSO group, aimed to draw attention to the urgent climate crisis by marking Darwin's final resting place with the message, 1.5 is dead, a reference to the internationally agreed upon limit of 1.5 degrees Celsius for global warming, which recent data shows has been surpassed. This provocative form of protest comes in the wake of the latest findings from Europe's climate monitor, which alarmingly noted that the average global temperatures over the last 2 years have exceeded the 1.5 degrees threshold, signaling a potentially irreversible trend in climate change. In a statement and a video released on social media, the activists expressed that Darwin himself would lament the current ecological disasters, stating, "Darwin would be turning in his grave to know we are in the midst of the sixth mass extinction." The backdrop to this protest paints a grim picture of global environmental calamities, with recent devastating fires in Los Angeles, which not only obliterated neighborhoods but also resulted in significant loss of life and large-scale displacement of communities. JSO, established in 2022, has become notorious for its dramatic demonstrations aimed at highlighting inadequacies in both British and global environmental policies. Their actions, including the targeting of iconic artworks and historical sites such as Vincent van Gogh's Sunflowers and Stonehenge, have sparked widespread debate about the balance between protest and preservation of cultural heritage. Critics of JSO argue that their methods may detract from the legitimacy of the climate change conversation, while supporters contend that drastic times call for drastic measures. Amidst these actions, there are growing concerns about the severity of penalties being issued to climate activists, which some argue reflect a disproportionate judicial response to nonviolent protests. As Lee and Bly prepare for their upcoming court appearances on February 11th and 12th at Westminster Magistrates Court, the incident raises critical questions about the nature of protest, the protection of cultural heritage, and the world's response to the escalating climate crisis. Thank you for choosing Satori News.